Hi, it's Trisha, knitting lady. I'm sitting here by the pool. Nice scenery, right? Happy Father's Day. It's Trisha, the knitting lady. How's everybody doing? Hi, everybody. Hope you can hear me. I'm sitting out on my balcony. It's screened in. That behind me actually is a closet. So I can put a lot of storage in there. So that's good. So I hope everybody's having a happy Father's Day. Unfortunately, my father is gone. He's been gone since 1993. He had a massive heart attack and died, and I won't go into the particulars because it's a little upsetting. You know, I don't want to get anybody upset. So I haven't talked trivia in a couple days, and June 18th was my son's birthday. He left for Hawaii on his birthday. It's a combination business, personal trip. So he spent all day on planes, which was his choice, so what can you say? He turned 43. He shares his birthday with Paul McCartney. And I remember when I had him, I was in labor and I said to his father, the baby's gonna have the same birthday as Paul McCartney of the Beatles. And I always was a big Beatles fan. And I remember his father saying, the only woman I know in the middle of labor would remember something like that. So he shares the same birthday. Paul McCartney turned 79 and my son turned 43. And today's the 20th, and 1967, Nicole Kidman was born. 1952, John Goodman. Of course, in New York City, you see a lot of celebrities, and my son said that one of his friends was working as a waiter, and he served Nicole Kidman, and he said she is just downright beautiful. She's more beautiful in person than she is on TV. You can believe that. So Father's Day. It was declared a national holiday in 1972 by President Nixon. And the story behind Father's Day is a woman by the name of Sonora Smart Dodd came up with the idea in 1909. Her father was a widower who cared for 6 children by himself after his wife died in childbirth. So to celebrate her father, she wanted to have Father's Day on June 5th, which was her father's birthday. But the residents of Spokane, Washington, of which she was, where she lived, wanted it postponed for 2 weeks to prepare for festivities. So that's why the first Father's Day was held June 19, 1910. And it's always been the third Sunday of June. Now, my son was born on Father's Day that year. And I remember I was late, and people said to me, what are you going to get his father for Father's Day? And I said, I have a funny feeling the baby's going to be his present. And sure enough, he's named after his father, Gerald. Call him Jerry. So that was his father's present that year, was his son, his first son. And let me see, what else could I tell you? Now, what I used to do with my father on Father's Day, since we lived in New Jersey at the time, I used to take him to Monmouth Racetrack for Father's Day. It was just him and I. One time we had more than just him and I. He preferred it was just the two of us because we had our own routine. You just go to Monmouth Racetrack, take the train down to Monmouth Racetrack. I worked for the railroad, so we rode for nothing. And the train would pull into the racetrack. I don't know if it still does that or not. And of course, my father liked the idea that since I worked for the railroad, I knew some of the conductors, and you know, they would treat him well too. So that was our routine. We used to go to Monmouth Racetrack. We used to bet on, you know, do the bets. One time my father won a bit of money too. So what we used to do is go down there, have a beer each, have some clam chowder, and then we would take the train back, pick up the car, drive over to Hoboken to the Clam Broth House in Hoboken. It was an old restaurant. And let me tell you a little bit story about the Clam Broth House. The Clam Broth House, unfortunately, is not there anymore. But it was established in 1899 as Cervantes Restaurant. It's corner of River and Newark streets in Hoboken. And the bar was men only till 1972. And used to have sawdust and crushed seashells on the floor. And you would be able to drink clam broth, which if you ordered a drink. So that's how it became known as the Clam Broth House. They did open up a restaurant. In fact, one of my friends was married there. Well, she had a reception in Clam Broth House. It was closed in 2003, and the original building was torn down. The owners of Clam Broth House sold it to another Hoboken restaurant, Biggie's Clam Bar. So it's no longer the Clam Broth House. Like I said, that was there for years and years and years. But that was our routine. We used to go to Clam Broth House. And if we had enough time, we'd stop somewhere else in town before I took my father home. And my father knew that I knew how to keep my mouth shut. I don't know if you can hear me above with the cars going past. So the time he won quite a bit of money. I think he won like $16,000. He knew I would not tell them when we went to one of his favorite hangouts. I remember we went there and we told them we were coming back from the Monmouth Racetrack. Well, how'd you do? Well, so. Because you know what happens if you tell them you win a lot of money, the whole bar wants you to buy them drinks. So, my father did give me some money from that, I remember. But I don't remember how much. But he won $16,000. Now we're talking, my father died in 1993, so we're talking quite a while back. But still, I think it was you picked the winners of 6 races in a row. And he just happened to do that. He liked the female jockeys a lot. So he would always bet on them. So, but we never bet a lot of money. I mean, he really didn't bet a lot of money that time. I always bet sensibly. I just like to go see the horses run, to be honest with you. So that's about it, and I'm going to keep this brief. I'm still unpacking. I was riding around trying to get things done. I have a little table out here I bought. I bought a table, kitchen table, and a desk yesterday. I have a bed being delivered tomorrow. And then I have to arrange for my stuff to come down here because it's kind of senseless to go buying stuff until I'm more settled. And plus, I have to get settled, you know, get the stuff down here, get my license changed. Yeah, anybody who moves knows the whole routine. But I was looking at furniture, and, well, I still have to get a couch, but that will come later. But the prices were ridiculous. There was one table I saw. So I said, let me go to a used furniture place. And that's where I found my table and my desk. I'm gonna refinish it. It's good wood, because everything else I saw that was a little bit less in price was all that, oh, what do you call that? It's not even real wood, pressed wood. But this is pine. So it just needs a clean. I got it. It was delivered yesterday. I cleaned it up and it looks a lot better. So I was looking at ways to refinish it. I have to look more into that because that's going to take a little bit more work. So I hope everybody's fine. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Quick note, I forgot to mention these chairs. Look at these chairs I got. 4 of them for less than $100. They're beautiful, aren't they? Goes perfectly with the desk. Okay, thanks. Take care.